What's going on, folks? OBJ the Don coming at you with another video. I don't know. I'm gonna try to keep this at least 30 minutes or whatever. You know, I just did like an hour-long video. I had said so much shit, but the video messed up or whatever. It broke up into two and all of this shit. So I'm doing this shit again. Basically, I know it's been a while, folks. You know what I mean. My job decided they wanted to rearrange my time once again, so I'm getting off later now. I don't feel like doing shit when I get home. I have hardly even been playing games out this motherfucker, trying to adjust to this new time period. And then on top of it, I catch the goddamn flu, the last 6 or 7 days or so, knocked me on my ass completely, you know what I mean? But nevertheless, I'm here, you know what I mean? I'm here. And there's been a lot that transpired, okay? I'm gonna try to get through this because I don't want to go past this 30 minutes or whatever. So I'm probably not going to hit on everything I want to say. If you do have kids, put them to bed. Do not have them view this. I need to. There will be some profanity, not really angry profanity or whatever, you know what I'm saying. But I have to be myself. I have to get through. You know what I mean. I'm sorry, but in the future, I'm probably going to be using profanity because that's just part of my makeup. I'm sorry. You know what I mean. Like I said, I got to be myself. But I want to start this off. First of all, there was a video from Xbox connoisseur a few days ago that I wanted to. I was sick at the time, that's why I didn't respond. But I wanted to make a little response to it. I'm not even going to say his name. People probably know who the hell he is. You know what I'm saying? I do respect this dude a lot as far as an Xbox fan because he doesn't come off as a typical, fanboy or whatever. You know what I mean? But anyway, he made a video saying that, basically the dynamic 4K promotion commercial that Sony was doing was hilarious. He found it hilarious. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, I'm one of them motherfuckers. Ever known somebody who cracked a joke and you just didn't get the joke? Maybe it was some inside shit. You know what I'm saying? And you like, hold on. I mean, I just don't get the joke. I don't see the funny. Ha ha. I don't see the funny. I didn't get the joke. I wanted to laugh. He was laughing. I wanted to laugh. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't get the damn joke. Basically, he was saying that it was hilarious that Sony was calling it dynamic 4K. And I'm like, what the fuck do you want them to call it? Do you want them to lie? And say it's, the only true 4K console? Now, being technical to the letter, Sony could in fact say it's a 4K console or a true 4K console. You know why? Because there's actually goddamn native 4K games on the damn system. You don't say. There is. I know there's quite only a few of them bitches. But technically, to the letter, they could actually come out and say it's a 4K, native 4K console. But wouldn't that be very misleading, Wouldn't it? Because all of the games won't be native 4K. Is that correct? Yes, all of the games, we know most of the motherfuckers ain't gonna be native 4K. You know what I mean? We know that the PS4 uses a process most of the time that is considered of checkerboarding. You know what I'm saying? To make 4K. Okay? However you want to call it. They call it dynamic. Now, I think that is a brilliant job in strategy by PS4's marketing team. Because if you think about it, dynamic, it ain't nothing funny about that shit. Dynamic actually sounds even better than true 4K or native 4K. It just sounds better. When you say some shit is dynamic, you're like, damn. Especially as a casual game, you're like, dynamic, huh? Really? I have to give them kudos for that shit. Because I was wondering when they start, and they hadn't really been advertising the damn PS4 Pro anyway. So when they started actually advertising, I was wondering how they would actually do it, how they would word it. I have my eye on Microsoft, how they're going to word it. Because look here, ha ha ha. I'll tell you some funny shit. If Microsoft say, you know what I mean, we're the only true 4K console or native 4K console, guess what? They ass gonna be lying because the first game that doesn't run native 4K on that bitch, somebody gonna say your ass lied. Okay, that means you lied. So how are they gonna advertise? They gonna say dynamic 4K, or are they gonna say, for? I would say you would say true 4K or native 4K capable console. That's how you can get away with that shit. You just can't say you're a motherfucking 4K console because motherfuckers gonna hold you to that shit. You know what I'm saying? You're a 4K console, huh? Okay. You know what I mean? So I just wanted to get that. I don't want to spend too much time on that. You know what I mean? I don't want to spend too much time on that, but I just found it. You know what the most hilarious shit is though? You know what is funny? Is goddamn Microsoft's first party lineup. That's what's goddamn funny out this motherfucker. But no, it's kind of sad. I'm just fucking with y'all. I'm fucking with y'all. I don't want to look. I ain't no fanboy or nothing. You know what I'm saying? But I like to jokey joke a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I can jokey joke a little bit. Anyway, I want to get to what the hell we need to talk about. This generation has been very, very confusing. You know what I mean? If anything, this generation has been confusing. A lot of this confusion has stemmed from these mid-generation consoles. Okay, they just have. It's caused a lot of confusion. You know what I mean? And the people who have been companies themselves have been confusing. You know what I mean? It was hard for PS4 execs to bring across what exactly their implementation of their mid-gen system was going to be. Pretty much they were telling you that things would be checkerboarded up to 4K. You know what I'm saying? It was basically to give you a bump in resolution. The message was pretty clear and concise. It was a bit boring with that damn PlayStation meeting or whatever. You know, Mark Cerny over there looking like he'll eat a motherfucker if he invite you over to the house. You know what I mean? But that's my boy. You know, Mark Cerny, he cool dude. You know what I'm saying? But damn, yeah, he do look kind of psycho. I ain't gonna lie. Motherfucker look kind of psycho. But anyway, you know what I mean? The message was pretty clear and concise, but at the end of the day, people still didn't really know what the fuck it was for. You know what I mean? But all I know is that goddamn games like God of War, for me to buy it, you know, games like God of War, you know what I mean, Horizon Zero Dawn, Days Gone and shit like that was gonna look way fucking better. You know what I mean? So I was all for it. You know what I mean? However, every third party developer has not actually, you know what I mean, use the PS4 Pro to its advantages. You know what I'm saying? So is there a mandate from Sony? I was trying to find information about this earlier. I can't really seem to find the actual mandate from Sony, and I haven't heard the Sony come out themselves and say that there's a mandate for there to be a PS4 Pro upgrade. But you know what I mean? I thought there was a mandate. I think I either read or heard somewhere that it was a mandate. If there is a mandate, then Sony damn sure ain't enforcing the mandate because every fucking PS4 Pro game is not actually taking advantage of it. You know what I'm saying? However, I also understand that if there is a mandate, then it's a stupid ass mandate because one thing you can't do, and I've been gaming for 35 years, folks. One thing I know is third-party developers would do whatever the fuck they want to do. You cannot control a third-party developer unless you pay them more money to do whatever the fuck it is that you want them to do. Because they have the upper hand. They have the leverage, folks. Basically, a third-party developer would tell Sony or Microsoft to go eat a dick. You know what I mean? Because what are they going to do to that third-party developer? Could you imagine Rockstar coming up that motherfucker and being like, you know, well, we ain't going to do shit to your motherfucking PS4 Pro. You know what I'm saying? We going to give you the same game as the regular PS4. What's Sony going to say? Well, you can't put your game on our system. How the fuck you going to do that? You're going to turn your customers away. Your customers going to be like, what? Red Dead Redemption isn't on goddamn PS4. Where you think they're going to play Red Dead Redemption at? On the goddamn Xbox. Exactly. So third-party developers know that they got these motherfuckers where they want them. You can't tell a third-party developer to do shit. So is there a mandate or is there not a mandate? Regardless, the message has to be clear and concise. You know what I mean? Confusion. On to Xbox. These motherfuckers expect their corporate execs. They're about the most confusing, flip-flopping people I've ever experienced. Ever. From the beginning of the daggone fucking generation. You can't buy. You're not going to be able to use games or whatever. You can trade used games. You know what I'm saying? Goddamn. The Xbox One won't. You know, work without a Connect. Oh, it can work without a goddamn Connect. You know what I'm saying? I mean, what the fuck? You know what I mean? It's so much shit that they flip flop on. You know what I'm saying? And for the most part, Phil Spencer came in and he fixed most of these things, but they were saying that the shit wouldn't work at first. You know what I'm saying? Uh, Phil Spencer, we don't like third party deals. You know what I'm saying? But your goddamn company is the poster child for third party deals. You know what I'm saying? Isn't that very convenient? You know what I'm saying? That now that you're not getting most of the major third party deals, that now you say you don't like third party deals, but now you like third party deals. You like goddamn Rise of the Tomb Raider down for a whole year. You lock goddamn Dead Rise and all this shit down. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And but you don't like third party deals. You know what I'm saying? Uh, all types of fucking flip flopping going on. You don't know which way the fucking flag is gonna fucking fly with Microsoft. You just don't fucking know. You don't fucking know. You like fanboy. You don't like fanboys. Then you hang around fanboys. You know what I'm saying? You fucking click as fanboys. All the motherfuckers. You know what I mean? All of them. The Scorpio will do this or will allow. This is the latest shit here. Okay, this is the latest shit. I'm pretty sure I'm forgetting most of the shit now that I'm thinking about it. That Xbox has said that they have turned around and flip flopped on later on. But this is the latest shit right here, folks. Destiny 2 has been announced that it's coming out. The reveal, it has been revealed. Um, I'm definitely getting it. I love Destiny. Those who know me, earlier from my channel, they know I love Destiny. You see Destiny post up there. When it comes to I love my single player games. I'm a single player gamer at heart, but I do love me some multiplayer. And I loved Call of Duty for my first person shooter multiplayer, but Call of Duty turned into trash. And Destiny was the next game in line that saved me from that shit. It was like Call of Duty. The multiplayer for Destiny was like Call of Duty with superpowers. You understand what I'm saying? Fast pace, rack up kills. See the goddamn 100s every time you kill a motherfucker, just ching, 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 rack up. You know what I'm saying? It's addictive, fun, enjoyable. Shotgun, melee. I love me some goddamn Destiny. I put 1,600 hours into the first year of Destiny. I mean, enjoyed every single bit of it. I know that it has gotten a bad rap with a lot of people. A lot of people were expecting a lot of certain things with Destiny. They actually followed Destiny. I didn't follow Destiny. I didn't know shit about Destiny. Even at the E3 where they were showing it off, I cared about the shit that caught my eye was games like Titanfall, Rise, Son of Rome, Infamous Second Son, Killzone. I didn't give a fuck. My boy was like, you know what I mean? Hey, you gotta check that Destiny game out. When the beta came out, I spent 80 hours on the beta. You talking about like 2 multiplayer maps. The missions, I pretty much knew what they expect. The mission was go here, motherfucking put your ghost there, you know what I'm saying? Kill these motherfuckers over there. I was cool. I was satisfied. It was fun. But most enjoyable part for me was the, multiplayer, later on the raids and things like that. And associating with the community. I met so many people on my friends list through Destiny. I erased a lot of them because some of them I just forgot who the fuck they were. You know what I'm saying? When I stopped playing. But I love Destiny, okay? So I'm getting Destiny, okay? But Destiny has been announced, and us with these new mid-generation consoles, if you're thinking about getting a Scorpio, you have the PS4 Pro. It has been my dream to actually play Destiny. The one thing that I would say that I didn't like was the fact that the multiplayer was 30 frames per second. But I played a whole year with it at 30 frames per second. So I will continue to play a whole year, another year at 30 frames per second. I'm a console player, you know. I'm used to using a joystick. That is my one thing. I do want to build a PC, but the one thing is, when it comes to first person shooters, I just don't see me with a mouse and keyboard. That's what keeps me procrastinating or whatever. I'm a console player, so I'm still going by Destiny. But every Destiny 2 has people in a fucking uproar. You know what I mean? Because what Destiny has done is they are one of the last first person shooters now in this generation where the multiplayer is still going to be 30 frames per second. They said it's going to be 30 frames per second on consoles. Now they didn't particularly say that it won't be 60 frames per second on the Scorpio. However, they said that, the CPU, even though the PS4 Pro is powerful, that the CPU, what I'm saying, is just not, powerful enough to run the game. You know what I'm saying? Now, with realistically, I'm not the most techiest person out there, but I said it was my dream to play that motherfucker at 60 frames per second. But realistically, with a shared open world, always online environment, you don't really see these games, any of them on console of this nature running at 60 frames per second. The Division, you don't see that shit running at 60 frames per second on console. You don't see Destiny. You don't see Ghost Recon Wildlands. You don't see any of these shared open world shooters that are always online really doing it. I don't know what is all involved with that. You know what I'm saying? So that's a whole lot to process or whatever. You know what I mean? So realistically, I figured that shit wouldn't do it. But this shit has sent, especially Xbox Scorpio fans, people, enthusiasts who are thinking about getting the Scorpio, it's sending them into a real topsy-turvy. You know what I'm saying? And it has the Microsoft execs flip-flopping. The Microsoft execs now, where I could have swore, once again, I heard somebody say, or I read somewhere, and I know I heard several Xbox executives say that no game, multiplayer wise, can be more, a higher frame rate on the Xbox Scorpio multiplayer wise than the Xbox One. However, Mr. Spin Artist himself got, the guy who say that, okay, we may have not, outsold, the competition, console wise or whatever this month, but, 30 motherfucking million people killed 80,000 zombies and goddamn Dead Rising this month. Like that shit, that matters or whatever, Mr. Mike Ybarra, you know what I mean? That person, he says that now, no, a developer can do what the fuck they want. You know what I'm saying? With the frame rate, no matter whether it's on, it can be 60. Basically, it can be 60. Destiny 2 could be 60 frames per second on the, giving the impression that it could be 60 frames per second on the Xbox Scorpio and 30 frames per second on the Xbox One. So what the fuck? I don't know what to believe with you flip-flopping Xbox executives anymore, because now you could pretty much tweet out that today, what's today? Sunday? You could pretty much tweet out that today is Sunday, and I'm going to say, nah, you lying. I don't believe your ass, because I don't know what to believe with you motherfuckers. You niggas are hot, and then you're cold. You're cold, and then you're hot. I don't fucking know. First, you say that it presents an unfair advantage, and now you're saying that the developers are free to do whatever. Now, that may just be them saying getting out of the way of the shit, because they ain't trying to hear all that shit, and they like, we ain't going to tie y'all down to that Xbox One. But probably from what Bungie is thinking, Bungie is probably like, look, we're going to do what is, as a third-party developer, we're going to do what is the easiest possible thing for us and what is best for our customers. There are 28 or 30 million Xbox Ones and One S's out there. We are not going to present an unfair advantage, competitive advantage, for them customers. We're not going to get them all into a up route. Now think about, I never mind the fact that I don't even think that the Scorpio could really run. I doubt that the Scorpio could really run Destiny 2 at native 4K 60 frames per second anyway. Because if they're saying that the Jaguar CPU is anemic in the PS4 Pro, the Jaguar CPU ain't exactly goddamn powerful in the goddamn Scorpio either. Yes, it's a bit more overclocked. Now, with the implementation of DirectX 12, with reducing the draw calls and things of that nature, you know what I'm saying? Eliminating some of the bottlenecks in some of the engines. They have done a marvelous job with that. Okay, DirectX 12, but what they don't tell you about DirectX 12 is that certain games don't take advantage of that. There's very few games that use DirectX 12. That's what they're not telling you. So if the game is not, of course, if a game is using DirectX 12, it may stand a better chance to hit 60 or some shit with the extra work that Microsoft has put into that. But a game like Destiny that doesn't use DirectX 12, you know what I mean? Basically, that Jaguar CPU is the same shitty Jaguar CPU that's in goddamn PlayStation 4 Pro. So you have to use your brain here. It probably can't even hit that. But let's just say that it did hit 60 frames per second, and you know, Bungie listened to Mike Ybarra and said, okay, we'll go ahead and make it 60 frames per second. The multiplayer 60 frames per second for Destiny 2 on the Xbox Scorpio. Now, me as a customer, I don't give a fuck about the PS4 Pro, original PS4 Pro owners or the original Xbox One owners. I don't give a fuck. As a customer, if I buy a Scorpio or I got my Pro or whatever, you know what I'm saying? I don't give two shits. I'm sorry. Gaming is a very, very selfish hobby. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a shit. I would want to play at 60 frames per second if it is at all possible on the goddamn console. Okay? But I understand I'm grown. I understand. I've been around here. I know how shit works. I understand the reason why shit happens. I understand. And this is the reason. Bungie ain't gonna sit there and split up the goddamn player base. They ain't gonna do that. They ain't gonna have 30 million people or 28 million, whatever the fuck, how many consoles Xbox and so they ain't gonna have them motherfuckers out there talking about I'm dying, you know what I'm saying, because this person playing in 60 frames per second and I'm playing at 30. They not gonna do that shit, folks. They're not gonna do it. Bungie ain't trying to hear none of that shit. So you're probably going to get Destiny 2. Most likely, you're going to get Destiny 2 at 30 frames per second on the Xbox Scorpio also. If you want 60 frames, there is a goddamn platform for you. It's called the goddamn PC. So ain't no need to sit here and complain and say, you know, parody that bullshit about you have Ryan McCaffrey come out there talking about, I'm going to call his ass Crap McCaffrey from now on. Crap McCaffrey. Crap McCaffrey reviews out there. He first and foremost came out that motherfucker like, basically because of the marketing deal with Sony, you know what I mean, that the goddamn Xbox Scorpio has to run Destiny 2 at 30 frames per second because of the goddamn marketing deal. That's the stupidest shit I've ever heard. That is the stupidest shit I've ever heard. You should be better than that, Crap McCaffrey. You should be better than that. You shouldn't. Goddamn Sony, a third-party developer would do whatever. I mean, I don't know how many times I can tell you folks this. A third-party developer would do whatever the fuck they want to do. Sony can't keep them from making a better game on the goddamn Scorpio. All they can do, all Sony is doing is paying for the fucking marketing. That's all they're doing. They're paying to market the goddamn game. That's all they're doing. You know what I mean? That's all they're doing. These crazy ass conspiracy theories. I mean, what the fuck? Now, could you imagine if they did allow 60 frames per second on the Xbox Scorpio? Now, I ain't talking about you could do what you want with single player. But I just don't see Bungie doing that. They're probably going to keep it even across the board. And let's be real. If you're a Scorpio player, you don't want to be teased with goddamn 60 frames on Destiny for the single player and then have to go in the goddamn multiplayer and be playing at 30. That shit is fucked up. It's better to at least trade off and play 30 frames per second on single player and then go in that motherfucker and enjoy in the multiplayer and enjoy 60. That's how I would want to enjoy it. You know what I mean? But to think that it's because of the marketing deal, that is the lamest shit I've ever heard. But if that bitch say it was 60 frames per second on the Scorpio and only 30 frames per second on the damn Xbox One and One S, could you imagine the uproar? And Mike Ybarra, you out there talking about, well, they can do it whatever the fuck they want. Nigga, do you know that shit would be fucking suicide? That shit would be a mutiny, motherfucker. All the people who done spent them damn dollars. Now, like I said, I don't give a fuck about them as a Scorpio customer or a damn PS4 Pro customer. But you have to see how shit works. You have to know how shit works, folks. You have to know how shit works. All them people who done bought them damn Xbox Ones and Xbox One S's, they won't be like, what the fuck? No, I'm not playing no damn body playing that goddamn 60 frames per second. And I'm sitting here at 30 frames. No matter how right or wrong you think that shit is, whether you think it's a competitive advantage or it's not, no matter how you feel about it, that shit wrong because y'all already said that there wouldn't be no fucking competitive advantage. Y'all already said it and now you're flip-flopping. I don't know what the fuck to believe with you people. I don't know what to believe, but that shit would be an uproar. That would be fucking suicide. I don't even know how y'all had the gall to fucking go back on that shit. Like, yo, that shit would be suicide. You think you want to claim media bias now? The media would tear your ass apart if you divided your player base like that. The media would tear your ass apart. Now, you better get used to this shit because I'm pretty sure games, all them games like maybe Red Dead Redemption, you probably ain't gonna get no 60 frames on that bitch either. You know what I'm saying? Not in multiplayer. I don't know about single player, but I'm saying in multiplayer, them open world games like that, you're probably not going to be hitting 60. So be used to that type of shit. Now, for the good thing about it is most of the games, especially Xbox first parties, you know what I'm saying? They should be able to hit their target. You shouldn't have no problem with that. And the good thing for you is games like Call of Duty and Battlefield, Battlefront, they're already 60 frames, so you shouldn't have no problem with that hitting 4K 60, you know what I'm saying, whatever. You know what I mean? Especially if some of them are used. I gotta see the list again of what uses DirectX 12 or whatever. So you should have no problem with that. But those open world games, I'm just saying, set your expectation levels, accordingly. You know what I mean? Stop getting all fucking crazy out there, fanboys. Stop getting fucking crazy. Set your expectation levels accordingly. You know what I mean? And that's pretty much what I wanted to get off my chest. I know I didn't cover everything that I wanted to, but basically that's me rambling the fuck on. You know what I mean? In closing, basically, people take all the shit that these companies say and all of the shit that they do with a grain of fucking salt, and make up your own fucking mind. All I know is this generation has been confusing, and a lot of the confusion has come from these mid-gen consoles. Sony, Microsoft, please don't try this mid-gen shit ever again. Please don't do it. Just go next generation. We don't have these problems. We ain't got to worry about none of this shit. Just go next generation. A lot of people don't think that the PlayStation 5 is coming out. I don't see no need for it. I don't hope it ain't coming out. But at the rate that this generation is going, I would not be surprised at all. I just wouldn't be surprised by anything at this point because I'm just not going to allow myself to be surprised anymore because this generation has been crazy. But anyway, that's all I got for y'all, folks. You know what I mean? If you like the content I provide, please like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll probably come back, I'm still getting adjusted to this, schedule or whatever. I'll probably come back, give y'all my impressions of, my expectations for E3 and shit like that. And then I am going to take a little break until, after E3 to really, reset and get back on the grind or whatever. But until next time, folks, OBJ the Don signing off.